assess it? I thought Henry was in good rhythm. And
yeah, I'm looking at his stats for the game. I guess he was. He was 27 of 30. Yeah, we played very well on offense in the first half. There's not any doubt about it. We worked on a lot of different things this week and got an opportunity to use some things we hadn't done as it turned out to be the right situations. Because sometimes you call a play or you run a play and they're not playing what they do 90% of the time, and the greatest idea in the world goes down the drain. But a bunch of those worked out very well tonight.
Chris Williams' decision to turn around was
not a very good one, and he probably is. But we scored a touchdown. We got the same number of points, and I'm sure he regrets it more than anybody because he didn't get the touchdown.
Did you say anything to him?
I did, but I couldn't even remember what I said. But I think he understands that it wasn't very smart.
How strong as the offense was? The first 3 touchdowns, one set up by the special teams, another by D, the other the old did basically.
It all goes together. You win and lose as a team, and the game is way easier when for the offense when you have great field position. You can't get much better than the 1 yard line going in, and they stop counting yardage at the goal line. So some of those you never know how many you would have really made. But yeah, when all phases of the team play together, it's an easier game. It's not an easier game. It seems simpler. It's not an easy game ever.
Your linebackers have really come in. Sorry. Your linebackers seem to.
Is this like a locker room confrontation?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're that.
Nicely done.
It's overblown.
Nicely done.
No, it's overblown.
Beat him up, so
Your linebackers came in this year with a big reputation. Seem to really be growing.
I think people sometimes don't understand how hard it is to play pass defense in this league. And when you play a really good – Montreal is very good on offense. They got great size at receiver, which means they pretty much mismatch whoever's around them on defense. And we had the opportunity – I'm not dodging the linebacker question, but we had the opportunity to put some pressure on them. I thought we tackled well for the most part after they completed passes. Sometimes people complete passes. You got to hold them as little as possible. Get them in a 2nd and 5 and then get off the field, or knock a pass down, make it 2nd and 10 and get off the field. And they had yardage, but we had yardage, and all. The big difference is we didn't have any turnovers and they had 3.
But I was going to ask you, can you take us through your emotion when you saw Chris just break that seam?
Yeah, I thought this is not any way it's going to happen again. I mean, I figured we'd never run one back again this year. The odds are just not in favor of that happening, and I was surprised. To say that, I like that. It's like you get a touchdown. I don't want to say you didn't do anything on offense, but he was paying for it. I don't know if you guys noticed. He was.
Yeah, we was on TV.
Yeah, I didn't know a little guy could have that much in his stomach.
George, when they made it a tighter game, Siobhan gave you guys an excellent field position on that kickoff, and then Henry obviously led you in. How important?
Well, it was very important. It was very important that we make some first downs. We didn't have great field position in the third quarter. We got off the goal line and we got down about the 40 and took a sack, which really, we were in field goal range, took us out of field goal range. And, it's important. At least we've shown, at least in the last 2 weeks, and when we've had our backs against the wall in those situations, we've converted. But, starting at the 45 or the 50, wherever it was, is a huge plus. You're not very many yards away from a field goal.
This is the team you thought you had when you started the season. You started 0-2 and.
I don't think we're going to. I think we're a long way from knowing what team we are and what kind of team we are. We played 4 games. It's an 18-game season. I mean, I know I learned more about our players, as we go along, and I'm sure they learn more about how they fit with what we're trying to accomplish and what we're trying to accomplish. So I think it goes both ways.
But there's been progress, though.
Oh, obviously so.
What did you learn about Chris Williams today?
Well, he probably doesn't know. He doesn't realize the goal line's a different color than those other ones.
George, do you think Henry is beginning to learn Andy a lot more? I thought today, especially when
he made a really nice throw. The one touchdown, I think the DB thought the play was over, just from his body position or body language as the ball was in the air. And we've got a few things going on where it, as I explained. The free safety tells us where to throw the ball sometimes, and it's been to Andy tonight. And next time it might not be, it might be to the next receiver outside.
Starting to see some good things from your defense now.
Ma'am?
You're starting to see some good things from
I thought they played well. We got 3 turnovers. I know it says we only got 1 sack, but it seemed like to me we hit the quarterback a fair amount, which was one of our goals, to get him out of his rhythm and try to reroute receivers. And I thought they did a good job. And it's the nature of the, I hate to say this, but the nature of the CFL game in a lot of games is somebody gets way ahead and the other team catches up. And I don't know why that is. It's been that way ever since I've been in the league. And it's whoever. Very seldom somebody just go off and run away from somebody. And it's the teams that have resiliency and can regain whatever they had going after that happens that usually win.
Was there any concern at all? Again, the third quarter was sort of where that you seem to have that.
Well, we took over on the 1 or 2 yard line, and we made a first down, and then we punted, and they completed a long pass for a touchdown, and then we got the ball and got down to the 35 or 40, and then we took a sack and ended up having a punt. So while we moved the ball, we didn't score any points, and it's all about scoring points.
Speaking of that, starting at the 1, we won't answer this, but from where we're sitting, that should have been a single point.
Yeah, I was watching the referee.
What kind of bounce would that have to be to still be on?
I can't say. I was watching the referee, and he's getting lined up by the official, and he was never standing in the end zone, so I knew it was going to be outside the goal line.
So is that reviewable? You wanted to challenge something like that?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm not going to lie. Yeah.
I was going to ask you about. I know Luca missed the field goal, but Darcy's block punt. Is that something maybe Jim saw on film?
Well, we carry a block into every game, but we also have on every return somebody that's responsible for the punter. Well, if they don't block you, you go for the block. And I honestly don't remember whether we had the block on or return on right there. But there's always potentially some games it's not just one guy assigned to the punter, sometimes it's 2, so we potentially have a 2-man rush. And everybody in the league is very concerned about returns, and sometimes the cover guys get out of there too fast. We have the same struggle in practice to make sure we protect before we cover.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about Jamal Johnson's sack in the 4th quarter. Did you sense a momentum change there?
Anytime we make a big play on the quarterback, it's a momentum change, even if it's in the 1st quarter. And there were obviously the crowd was into the game big at that time, and that's a plus. There is a reason there's such a thing as home field advantage, and I think there's been it's this week 4 has been 16 games, and the home teams won 14 of them.
Thanks, George.
Okay.